Hey everyone, Brian here. Just finished listening to the lecture by Bo Hansen, and I just want to thank Professor Mullins for setting that up for us. Great interview, and appreciate the questions that you asked. It was obvious that you were asking questions that were driven to better help all of us, so we can get the most out of the DIS summary. So thank you for that, Professor Mullins. Something that really stuck out to me, there was three things. One was when he talked about what they do, it's not patented. This was just something that is small and stuck out to me, and hopefully other people noticed that when he talked about it for a little bit. It just hit me because of my faith. It makes me feel like everything they do is driven toward truly helping others. Whether you're a coach, an administrator, whether you're in sports or not in sports. And I really respected that and appreciated it, and I just wanted to bring that up. Something else that stuck out to me that was huge is adaptability. That was probably one of the biggest things that stuck out to me because I look at right now, even with like self reflection and things that I could be doing better. And adaptability has been a huge part of that. When I first took the job here at Reinhardt, I would say that I was probably more of a D. So if I were to take this disc summary 2 years ago, it would have spit something else out. I really wanted to turn the program around here, and I wasn't as open to listening to suggestions from my assistant, which was stupid because everybody here knows my assistant, and he's great at what he does. Since self-reflecting over the off season and being more open, and letting him be more involved in the process, listening more to my captains, hearing more from the team, it has just completely changed things. It's completely helped get toward that culture that I wanted to get to, and it not to be forced. And one of the reasons I was able to do that will moving forward will be from who I end up saying that I look up to, but I'll wait till I get to that part. But no matter where you fall on the DISC, adaptability was so huge when Bo talked about it. So just finding those traits, understanding them, understanding that you have strengths and weaknesses no matter where you fall. No matter, I personally am in the C's according to the adaptive style, and my natural style is of the SD. And now I need to dive more in, and I love having this disc summary to be able to crack into it and really look at and find out exactly where the strengths and weaknesses are. And as long as any of us, but for me, as long as I'm open to that, it can do nothing but help me. And if I can take more time to better help myself, or if any of us can do that, we are just going to be that much better for our staffs. We're going to be that much better for our athletes, or whatever role that we happen to be in. So this just really comes at a great time, and I know I'm repeating that, but I'm just so thankful to be in this class and to be able to learn from Professor Mullins and this disc summary and the stuff that Bo was talking about. The third thing that really hit me was when he talked about the 12 traits, and like your top three are kind of where you naturally always go to, and your bottom three are you don't go there. So I'm thinking about like any adversity that we end up into. So as a coach, like if an adverse situation comes, somewhere in that top three is like I'm naturally just going to react that way. And I've never thought of it that way before, and it is so true. So this will be big to be able to self-reflect and use, what I just heard in this lecture, and to be able to dive into it and go into the disc summary to look at what are those three strengths, like why do I go to that, but how do those strengths also, how do they become weaknesses? How are they weaknesses? And I'm more interested in looking at the bottom three, the things on the bottom that I don't go to, that I consider weaknesses, and how can I turn those weaknesses into strengths? I thought that was huge. I mean, I'm somebody that I love failure. I think that it's an opportunity to learn. Like I love it. I thrive on it. A lot of people think I'm crazy for that, but I love failure. We're not going to succeed. It's the pathway to our success. So I look forward to really diving in and seeing that. To move forward, the person that I look up to right now, currently at this moment, and I don't just say it because he's in the class and he's my boss, is Bill Pop. I, to be very open, took the job here at Reinhardt. Probably number one reason was him. I came from an environment where there wasn't great leadership. I've been with athletic directors that are high D's. You didn't feel like you had a voice. You didn't feel like you were part of a family. You felt like you were establishing something with your team that was separate from what was actually going on in the athletic department, that was separate from what was going on in the school. And if that, I don't know if anybody else has experienced that. If you have, I'd love to sit down and talk with you, and vent with you and learn from you, hear your experiences. But that's how it was for me, where I came from. And it was not fun. It was very stressful. And when I came here on that interview, Bill, it just stuck out to me how much it was family here. And since being here, I know now it wasn't just a part of an interview process. He wasn't just trying to sell me, because now that I'm 3 years in, he's backed it up every day. And he doesn't know it, but I just am always paying attention to him. If I'm walking by the office and I need to talk to him, I'll sit down and just to listen to him interact, with someone else. I really enjoy how he interacts with other coaches, staffs. I love the way that obviously that he interacts with me, my staff and my players. He's just amazing at making you feel like you're a part of the process. It doesn't feel like it's his way. Like, he's the captain of the ship and this is how it's going to be done. It's his way. For me, he makes me feel like completely I'm a part of this, and it makes me want to work so hard for him. I want to succeed even more, and win for him. Not only Reinhardt, not only the players, not only the staff, not only the community, not only, for him. But a lot of it, my motivation has to do from him. So he's a great leader for me, and that's why he's become a mentor for me. And even when I've self-reflected, he's a big reason I'm where I am now, going into this third season, and things are different. From how I listen to my assistant, from how I listen to the players, from how I listen to a captain, has come a lot from learning from him, even when he hasn't known that he's been teaching. So I think that's one of the ultimate compliments you can get, and I hope someday that I can be seen that way. I want staff to talk about me like that. I want them to feel that way. So I'm just, I have a lot of respect, and I know, Bill, you're going to be watching this, so as embarrassing as this is to put out in front of everyone, but that is truly how I feel. That's a mentor of mine right now, and I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.